Sir, you are on mute.
Let's start again. Now, yes, in polity and governance, the very first development in the month of March, that Prime Minister inaugurated a museum dedicated to all previous Prime Ministers of India. And against that, few of the allegations had been leveled against the current dispensation by the opposition party. The Sangrahalaya located at the iconic Teen Murti complex and was inaugurated as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The museum will become source of inspiration for youth who will be able to witness the hardships each PM faced and how they overcame them to lay foundations of New India. The museum will reflect the shared heritage of each government. Congress alleged that the new museum was an attempt to dilute the legacy of India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, a charge rejected by the center. Current government has rejected the charge which has been leveled by the Congress related to the this initiative taken by the current government. Thereafter, key features of Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya, the project to build the new museum faced of stiff opposition. Museum building integrates the Teen Murti Bhavan in New Delhi, designated as Block 1 with the newly constructed Block 2. The total area is this much. There are 43 galleries in the Sangrahalaya. The logo of Sangrahalaya, meanwhile, shows hand holding the Dharm Chakra, symbolizing the nation and democracy. Shows hands holding the Dharm Chakra. There's the logo of the Sangrahalaya. Content displayed at the Pradhan Mantri Sangrahalaya, क्या-क्या वहाँ पर available है, from freedom struggle to framing of the Constitution. The museum will have displays that showcase stories of how respective prime ministers steered the nation. Personal items, gifts, memorabilia like medals, commemorative stamps, speeches of prime ministers, anecdotal representations of ideologies will be on display at the museum. Families of former prime ministers were contacted for the information about them. संग्रहालय के अंदर क्या है? It will include the Nehru Museum. Nehru Museum इसका part होगा. Officials have said that it has been upgraded with the technologically advanced display to showcase the life and contributions of country's first prime minister, Jawaharlal Nehru. Several gifts received by him from all over the world are on display for the first time. Sangrahalaya will use holograms, virtual reality, augmented reality, multi-touch, multimedia, interactive kiosk, computerized kinetic sculptures, smartphone applications, interactive screens, experiential installations to make exhibition content interactive. Next development, Niti Aayog has released a draft battery swapping policy. In the month of April, Niti Aayog ने battery swapping policy का draft release किया. Under all metropolitan cities with the population above 40 lakh will be prioritized for the development of battery swapping network under the first phase. All major cities such as state capitals, union headquarters and cities with populations above 5 lakh will be covered in the second phase. Battery swapping policy means battery swapping policy. क्या समझ रहे हैं बैटरी स्वैपिंग पॉलिसी से? क्योंकि अब जो मोबिलिटी है वो इलेक्ट्रिक मतलब इलेक्ट्रिक ऑटोमोटिव ऑटो आप कहिए कि इलेक्ट्रिक ट्रैक्शन पर शिफ्ट होगी. तो क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स आ रहे हैं, तो बैटरी को चार्ज करने के बजाय उसको स्वैप कर लिया जाए। मतलब चार्जिंग जहां कुछ एक ऐसे प्लेसेस बनेंगे जहां पर बैटरी ऑलरेडी चार्ज हुई रखी हुई होंगी, वहां पर जाकर के अब कार की या बाइक की बैटरी को चार्ज बैटरी से रिप्लेस कर दिया जाए, जिससे चार्जिंग का जो वेटिंग टाइम है वो कम हो जाए या खत्म हो जाए। दूसरा एक ऑप्शन ये भी है कि एक ऑप्शन ये भी होता है कि एक स्पेयर बैटरी बैंक घर पर रहेगा, जिससे डिस्चार्ज बैटरी को रिप्लेस करके उसको चार्जिंग पे लगा दिया जाएगा, उसके बदले चार्ज बैटरी जो है वो फिट कर दी जाएगी। दैट इज बैटरी स्वैपिंग पॉलिसी। और इट मे बी पॉसिबल कि हो सकता है कि आसपास के कुछ एक दुकानों पर भी अलग अलग और स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन भी आएगा फिर ऐसे केस में। ऐसा हो सकता है कि ज्यादातर मॉडल्स के लिए बैटरी का साइज एंड शेप सेम रहे, जिससे कि जिससे बैटरी स्वैप करने में दिक्कत ना हो। ठीक है, अब जो भी टेक्निकलिटीज हैं वो उस ड्राफ्ट के अंदर होंगी। इकोलॉजी एंड एनवायरमेंट में देखते हैं क्या हुआ उस मंथ में। नीति आयोग स्टेट एनर्जी एंड क्लाइमेट इंडेक्स ये रिलीज हुआ। नीति आयोग ने लॉन्च किया स्टेट एनर्जी एंड क्लाइमेट इंडेक्स SECI राउंड 1. Round 1 ranks the state's performance on 6 parameters. Number 1, DISCOM's performance. DISCOMs means इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कंपनीज को डिस्कॉम्स बोला जाता है। डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कंपनीज लाइक टेलीकॉम्स, टेलीकम्युनिकेशन कंपनीज को टेलीकॉम्स बोला जाता है। डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कंपनीज को जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करती है किसी भी छोटे या बड़े शहर में, उनको डिस्कॉम्स बोला जाता है। परफॉर्मेंस, एक्सेस, अफोर्डेबिलिटी, रिलायबिलिटी ऑफ एनर्जी, clean energy initiative, energy efficiency, environmental sustainability, and new initiatives. These are the 6 parameters which were taken into consideration ranking round 1. These parameters are further divided into 27 indicators. Based on the composite score of SECI round 1, states and union territories have been ranked as larger states, smaller state and union territories based on size and geographical differences. States and union territories are categorized into 3 groups: frontrunners, achievers, and aspirants. So the top 3 states among the large state categories are Gujarat, Kerala, and Punjab. And in the similar way, other states are there. This was the only development found to be suitable to discuss against the month April 2022 developments. Now economy, banking, and finance में क्या हुआ? Union Bank has launched its super app named Union Next and digital transformation project Sambhav, with the investment outlay of 1,000 crore for the current financial year. The public sector lender expects recovery from spending in 2 years and aims to have 50% business originating on the digital platform by 2025. Thereafter, ICICI Bank has been a prominent player in gift sales with its banking business since 2016. Not that much important detail, but the initiative Sambhav is need to be kept in mind. This was the initiative in banking sector by Union Bank of India. Thereafter comes Bank of Baroda launched the BOB World Gold, a new feature on its Bank of Baroda World Mobile Banking platform for seniors and elderly. This was the development case of banking. Now in economy. In the case of economy, federations of Indian chambers of commerce and industry has estimated India's GDP growth to grow at 7.4% in the financial year 2022 and 23. FICCI's economic outlook survey was released on April 3, 2022. So the report has stated that rising prices due to the Russia-Ukraine conflict is the biggest challenge to the global economic recovery. Thereafter, SEBI chairperson Madhubani Puri Boch launched an ideathon to promote innovation. that this is the statement. It should have been somewhere here. Said that idea is ideally a position to harness technology in a securities market to give um, bespoke solutions at a very low cost to individuals across the country. India's retail inflation surged 17-month high. That was the economic aspect up to the month of April, and that happened due to certain global economic turmoils. India's retail inflation surged to the 17-month high, 6.95% in March from to 6.07% in previous month due to sharp increase in food prices. National Statistical Office data showed retail inflation as measured by Consumer Price Index has remained above upper limit of RBI tolerance band for third consecutive month. Thereafter, another development, World Bank has slashed GDP growth forecast for India in year 2022-2023 to 8% in its biannual South Asia Economic Focus Report due to its negative impact of the war on Ukraine in year 2023 growth. Thereafter, wholesale price index based inflation in India in the month of March rose to 14.55% due to the increase in power prices. Power means electricity, and rising edible oil prices. In March 2022, high rate of inflation was recorded due to the rise in price of mineral oils, crude petroleum, and natural gas. The basic metals owing as there was a disruption in global supply chain caused by war between Russia and Ukraine. Thereafter, International Monetary Fund slashed the GDP growth forecast for India in year 2023 to 8.2% in its largest World Economic Outlook report. These reports can reports can be discussed in index and reports also. Thereafter, business and trade. Google Pay launched Tap to Pay for UPI, new functionality to bring seamless convenience of Tap to Pay to Unified Payment Interface. UPI stands for Unified Payment Interface. Initiative has been launched in collaboration with the Pine Labs, and to complete the payment, the user will need to do a tap of their phone on the point of sale. POS stands for point of sale terminal. कोई सामान खरीदने आप जाते हैं, उस मशीन के ऊपर अपने फोन को टैप कर देने भर से पेमेंट जो है वो कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. And authenticate the payment from their phone using their UPI PIN, making the process virtually instantaneous. Thereafter, homegrown e-commerce giant Flipkart Group has constituted and launched the Flipkart Foundation in new platform with a focus on development in rural areas, providing equitable access to growth opportunities for women and other disadvantaged communities. Flipkart Foundation aims to positively influence 20 million lives directly or indirectly in coming decade across a wide array of areas by utilizing Flipkart's learning over the years. Thereafter, next development, HP has completed its acquisition of Poly for $1.7 billion in all cash deal worth $3.3 billion when that is factored in. Poly is a manufacturer of office communication devices such as headsets, audio-visual conference room equipment such as desk phones and softwares. Again in trade industry business, Jio, BP and TVS Motors announced that they had agreed to explore an establishment of comprehensive public electric vehicle charging infrastructure in India for electric two-wheelers and three-wheelers, building on Jio developing BP's network in this field. Thereafter, Elon Musk world's richest man, agreed to acquire Twitter for this much billion, handing a drama that include hostile takeover threats before handing him personal control of one of the world's most powerful social media network. That happened in the month of April. That was the development of it. Tata owned Air India has reached out to the antitrust regulator Competition Commission of India for the merger of its low-cost subsidiary AirAsia India. AirAsia India, a low-cost Indian carrier, is run by Tata Group. Presently, Tata Sons holds 83.67% of the company. Stakes of the company. Thereafter comes schemes, missions, and committees. Delhi government has set up hobby hubs for government schools in Delhi after school hours to promote extracurricular activities. This project will implement in a single shift government school. A project set up hobby hubs in government schools in Delhi with after school dance, music, art, and craft activities. During this new academic session is in the works. Thereafter, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh begins School Chalo Abhiyan in order to secure 100% enrollment in elementary and upper elementary primary school in Uttar Pradesh. Next, Stand Up India scheme has completed its 6th year on 5th April 2022. Under the Stand Up India scheme, over 30,160 crore rupees have been sanctioned to more than 1,30,995 accounts since the launch of the scheme. National Agriculture Market, ENAM, a pan-India online trading portal, has completed 6th year on April 40. The flagship program was launched by Modi with an aim to join the physical wholesale market and mandis of the states and union territories to facilitate the electronic trading of agriculture goods. ENAM is completely funded by central government and is being implemented by small farmers agribusiness consortium. Thereafter, agreements and memorandum of understanding. State government of Manipur has signed MOU with Samsung Data Systems India Private Limited and Abhitech IT Solutions Private Limited for setting up world-class sports digital experience center as a domain of Manipur Olympian Park and Khuman Lampak Sports Complex. The MOU was exchanged in the presence of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh. IBM has announced IBM India has collaborated with Nagaland School Education Department to introduce digital training for girls students in more than 250 secondary and higher secondary schools. The program IBM STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math for girls aims to provide 21st century skills to more than 12,000 girls. Next comes the appointments and designations. Vishwas Patel has been re-elected as chairman of Payments Council of India for the second time in 2022. Previously, he was elected as the chairman of PCI. He served as the co-chairman of PCI. PCI aims to promote a cashless transaction society and visions to grow digital payment in India. Dr. S. Raju has taken over Director General of Geological Survey of India with effect from 1st April 2022. He succeeds R.S. Gharkal, who superannuated in March 31st, 2020. Thereafter, Vice Chancellor of Indraprastha University, Mahesh Sharma, has been appointed as the new chairman of National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers, NABH. NABH is a constituent board of the Quality Council of India. Pharma Easy, the consumer healthcare super app, has unveiled its new campaign, which introduced Bollywood superstar Amir Khan as its brand ambassador. API Holdings Limited is in charge of the Pharma Easy brand. Lieutenant General Manoj Pandey has been appointed as next Chief of the Army Staff. Lieutenant General Pandey is incumbent Vice Chief of the Army. He will take over from the General M.M. Narwane, who is set to retire on April 30, 2022. Ranks and reports. Uttar Pradesh at 29.58 metric ton has become top producer of vegetables, getting back its first position by demoting West Bengal to 28.23 metric ton to the second position, with a difference of the million tons of production in crop year June-July. Thereafter, yes, Andhra Pradesh remains the top fruit producer in India. India's horticulture output is likely to drop marginally by 0.4% to 33.25 metric ton in year 21-22, as production of vegetables, spices, and plantation crops is set to decline. In 21-22, Andhra Pradesh is expected to produce 18.1 million tons of fruit, up to 17.7 million tons in 2021-2022, up from Maharashtra is anticipated to produce 12.3 million tons of fruit, up from 11.74 million tons. As per data, तो उत्तर प्रदेश टॉप प्रोड्यूसर है वेजिटेबल्स में, आंध्र प्रदेश टॉप प्रोड्यूसर है फ्रूट्स में. As per data, Center for Monitoring Indian Economy (CMI), overall unemployment rate in India falls to 7.6% in March 2022. The rate was 8.10% in February 2022. Haryana recorded highest unemployment rate in March 2022, that is 26.7%. It was followed by Rajasthan 25%, Jammu and Kashmir 25%, Bihar 14.4%, Tripura 14.1%, West Bengal 5.6%. Chhattisgarh has registered an unemployment rate of 0.6% this March, which is lowest so far. The extreme poverty rate in India fell from 22.5% in 2011 to 10.2% in 2019 as per World Bank Policy Research Working Paper. बेहद गरीबी जो है वो हिंदुस्तान में कम हुई है. This represents a decline of 12.3% points in extreme poverty count between 2011-2019 in the country. Decline in rural areas was much higher than in urban areas. It means rural poverty has reduced significantly than that of has reduced not significantly, has reduced comparatively than that of the urban poverty. According to Sweden-based think tank Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, a report titled Trends in the World Military Expenditure Report 2021, India's military expenditure is the third highest in the world, behind US and China. Military spending in India is amounting to 76.6 billion in 2021, which grew by 0.9% from 2020. Russia has also increased its military expenditure for third consecutive year. 5 largest spenders in 2021 were US, China, India, UK, and Russia, together counting for 62% of expenditure. These 5 countries spend 62% of overall expenditure on military, world expenditure on military expenditure. Sorry. Sports and games. What happened in that very month? ICC Player of the Month for the March 2022 announced in the month of April. Pakistan skipper Babar Azam and Australia's run machine Rachel Haynes named ICC's men's and women's Player of the Month for the March. In the men's category, Azam had several thrilling batting displays in Pakistan's multi-format series against Australia recently. And among women's category, Rachel Haynes had a formidable set of display on the roads of Australia's 7th ICC Women's World Cup trophy. About the award, ICC presents ICC Player of the Month to recognize male and female cricketers who have best performed across all forms of the international cricket in particular month. Al Rihla. Al Rihla, the official match ball of FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 has been revealed by Adidas. It is the Adidas 14th World Cup ball. It is designed to accommodate the fastest game speeds possible since it flies quicker in flight than any other World Cup footballs. अल रिहाला नाम है उस फुटबॉल का जो कतर में यूज की गई है और एडिडास ने उसको बनाया है. Indian Railways men's hockey team won the prestigious Ubaidullah Khan Heritage Hockey Cup. ध्यान रखिएगा उबैदुल्ला खान हेरिटेज खान जो कप है वो हॉकी से बिलोंग करता है. Thereafter, 16-year-old chess sensation R. Pragnanathan has won the prestigious Reykjavik Open Chess Tournament in Reykjavik Iceland. Thereafter, India is ready to host the Street Child Cricket World Cup in 2023. This World Cup is organized by Street Child United and Save the Children India. Street Child Cricket World Cup 2023 will become 2022 teams from 16 countries to India next year. Street Child Cricket World Cup 2023 will welcome 22 teams. Sorry, ये repeat हो गया है. Will welcome 2022 teams. ये बस I found that interesting that is why I kept it here in. बहुत कुछ इसका relevance है नहीं. Indian settler Mithun Manjunath won the silver medal in men's singles at Orleans Masters 2022 a badminton tournament. तो मिथुन मंजुनाथ जो है वो बैडमिंटन से बिलोंग करते हैं. टॉप इंडियन स्विमर साजन प्रकाश won men's 200-meter butterfly gold at Danish Open Swimming. तो साजन प्रकाश स्विमर है. Thereafter, Indian Grandmaster Domaraju Bukesh चेस के प्लेयर है. Summits and conferences में देखते हैं. 4th edition of India's Boat and Marine Show was held in Bolgati Palace in Kochi in Kerala. IBMS is India's only and most influences boat and marine industry related exhibition. The event is organized by Kochi-based Cruise Expo. IBMS 2022 showcased leading international brands as well as indigenous boat manufacturers from across the country. Around 45 exhibitors from all over India and 2 international exhibitors participated in the exposition. Thereafter, awards and recognition. Smart Cities Award. Smart Cities India 2022 awards are one of the kind platform that honors, recognizes, and encourages individuals, policymakers, businesses, municipalities, government organizations, and associations for their effort in both urban and rural sector. 3D Expo came to a close with the award ceremony. this type of award is provided. This is a um, initiative basically to it's a kind of incentivization, not very specific. Basically, it's the purpose of keeping this piece of news is to aware about that such kind of initiatives are also um, there in place to as an as a motivation and incentivization. Thereafter, India Pharma and Indian Medical Devices Award 2022, Indian Pharma Awards 2022, and India Medical Device Awards 2022 were handed over by the Minister of State for Minister for State for the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Bhagwan Kumar. The Federation of Indian Chambers for Commerce and Industry, FICCI, and the Department of Pharmaceuticals organized this. Award were given to various industry players in the field of medical and pharmaceutical devices. Indian Pharma Leaders of the Year is Cephala Limited. Indian Pharma Innovation of the Year, Glenmark Pharmaceutical Limited. Indian Pharma Formulation Microlabs Limited. अभी माइक्रोलैब्स को लेकर के कोई हुआ भी था, कुछ केस भी आया था, कुछ सुना है आप लोगों ने न्यूज में? एनी वन ऑफ यू? अनुष्का, हितांशी, कनक, रिया? Am I audible?
हाँ सर, you are audible. I think सुना था, but exactly याद नहीं कि क्या था.
डोलो 650 को लेकर के
हाँ
केस था. डोलो 650 माइक्रोलैब्स की एक का प्रोडक्ट है और इसको लेकर के केस था क्योंकि कोविड के दौरान ये बहुत ज्यादा प्रेस्क्राइब हुई. इवन अभी भी डॉक्टर्स को बहुत ज्यादा प्रेस्क्राइब करते हैं और हमारे जो कंट्री का फार्मस जो रेगुलेटर्स है वो 500 mg तक के ड्रग्स के लिए तो रेगुलेशन रखता है, 650 के लिए कोई स्पेसिफिक रेगुलेशन है नहीं. तो उसके लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट में ये केस गया था और ये बोला गया कि दैट इज अ काइंड ऑफ ओवरडोज व्हिच इज इन जनरल प्रोवाइडेड प्रिस्क्राइब्ड बाय द प्रैक्टिशनर्स and against that microlab has paid to the doctors. Microlab has disbursed a very huge amount as a in favor, or you can say yes, in favor. तो ये केस था. शशांक, are you there? शशांक, प्रवर्तन के नाम से कौन है क्लास में? प्रवर्तन?
यस सर.
शशांक तुम हो?
नो सर.
प्रवर्तन, आप कौन हो? आपको मैंने पहचाना नहीं.
सर मैं ग्रुप में ही हूँ, मैं अभी ज्वाइन करा था मैंने क्लासेस.
अच्छा, कितने दिन हो गए?
सर इसी वीक करा था.
ओके,
तो 2-3 दिन से मैं क्लासेस कर रहा हूँ.
ओके, ठीक है. अभी तुमने ग्रेजुएशन में क्या किया?
सर अभी मेरा ग्रेजुएशन चल रहा है, बीटेक 3rd ईयर है मेरा.
ओके, कहाँ रहते हो?
सर अभी नोएडा में ही.
ओके, ठीक है. नाउ इंडियन फार्मा CSR, ये सुना है तुमने माइक्रोलैब्स का केस प्रवर्तन? तो नाम प्रवर्तन ही है ना?
यस सर.
सुना तुमने ये केस, पढ़ा था?
हाँ सर पढ़ा था.
चलो ठीक है. अब नेक्स्ट इसको थोड़ा सा देख लेना. ये एक अवार्ड्स बेस्ड डेवलपमेंट है. उसका जर्नलिस्ट फ्रॉम मुंबई Arefa Johri was awarded the Chameli Devi Jain Award for Outstanding Women Media Person 2021. It was announced by Media Foundation. Arefa Johri works for Scroll.in in Mumbai, Maharashtra. In 2020, Neetu Singh got this award. She is associated with Goan Connection Media House. And the jury is Nirupma Subramanian, Geeta Hariharan, and Asutosh. Noted poet and literature Professor Ramadars Misra will be awarded a prestigious Saraswati Samman for 2021 for his collection of the poem मैं तो यही हूँ, यहाँ हूँ, मैं तो यहाँ हूँ. The KK Birla Foundation announced. The recipient is chosen by a selection committee whose current head is Dr. Subhaskar S.C. Kashyap. सुभाष सी कश्यप का नाम सुना है आप लोगों ने? सुना है? कभी न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हो? एडिटोरियल्स भी पढ़ते होंगे? ये 2-3 न्यूज़पेपर के लीड कंट्रीब्यूटर हैं सुभाष सी कश्यप. उसके बाद इंडियन अमेरिकन सिंगर फाल्गुनी शाह won the Grammy Award for a colorful word in the Best Children's Album category. Falguni Shah has even performed and collaborated with the music maestro A.R. Rahman, and she is the only Indian origin woman to be nominated in the Best Children's Music Album category at the Grammys twice. Veteran actor and author Amar Mitra was awarded this year O. Henry's Prize for a short story he wrote 45 years back. He bagged the award for his short story titled Gaon Buro, a Bengali short fiction which was translated into English, The Old Man of Kusumpur, earlier. The translated work was published in the American magazine in 2020. Mitra was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award in 2006. Thereafter, Assam Chief Minister Dr. Hemant Biswa Sarma presented country's highest literary award, the 56th Jnanpith Award for the year 2021, to one of the most celebrated poets of the Assam, Nilamani Phukan. Nilamani Phukan is the third person to win the Jnanpith Award from Assam after Mamoni Roiso. Goswami and Virendra Kumar Bhattacharya. Award carried a citation, a sol and rupees 11 lakh. Novelist Damodar Maujo, chosen for 57th Jnanpith Award 2022 for his contribution to Indian literature. The 77-year-old writer was conferred with the country's highest literary award for his outstanding contribution to literature. Falguni Nayar has been named the Ernst इसका है E. Ernst and Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2020. बोलने में थोड़ा सा दिक्कत है. Ernst and Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2021 at the 23rd edition of EY Entrepreneur of the India in the Entrepreneur of the Year India Award. She is the founder and chief executive officer of the beauty supply company Nykaa. FSN e-commerce. She will now represent India at the EY World Entrepreneur of the Year Award in June 9, 2022 at Monaco. Well-known Indian economist and political commentator Prabhat Patnaik has been selected for Malcolm Adisne's award. Again, the very tough spelling, pronunciation, sorry. Adisas Award for 2022. The award is annually given by the Malcolm and Elizabeth Adis's Trust to the outstanding social scientists selected from nominations received by specially constituted nations. Thereafter comes Regional Connectivity Scheme, UDAN. Full form of UDAN is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. The flagship scheme of the Ministry of Civil Aviation has been selected for Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration under 2020. under the category Innovation General Central. Founder of the educational charity Vidyanando Kishore Kumar Das from Bangladesh has been chosen for United Kingdom's Commonwealth Point of Light Award for his exceptional work in improving access to education for children from marginalized background. Thereafter, noted snow leopard expert and wildlife conservationist Charudat Misra has won the prestigious Whitley Gold Award for his contribution to involving indigenous communities in conservation and recovery of big cat species in Asia's high mountain ecosystem. Princess Anne presented the award to Misra at London Royal Geographic Society. Border organization engineering marvel Atal Tunnel, built in Rohtang in Himachal Pradesh, received the Indian Building Congress Best Infrastructure Project Award in New Delhi. So Atal Tunnel जो है वो रोहतांग में है, हिमाचल, ये ध्यान रखिए. Thereafter important days, Panchayati Raj, National Panchayati Raj Day 2022. It is celebrated on April 24th. It is commemorated every year. It is commemorated on 24th April. 73rd Constitution Amendment Act had happened, and which passed in 1992, also commemorated on this day. This amendment is also commemorated on the 24th April, and that is why, and on under this amendment, Panchayati Raj system gained its prominence. Panchayati Raj system is one of the country's oldest governing organization, govern about 6 lakh communities in India, means nearly 6 lakh villages. The day was initially observed in April 10 to commemorate the decentralization of power. Panchayati Raj system is the epitome of decentralization of power, which is considered one of India's most significant milestone. As Panchayati Raj Divas 2022 approaches, we bring you additional information about yes. इसको हम आपको लाना वाकई में बताना चाहते हैं. ये देखिए कि पंचायती राज डे का इम्पोर्टेंस क्या है. The day is significant because in 1957 the committee was formed under the head of Balwant Rai Mehta with the goal of bringing about reforms in the central electricity system. The committee suggested decentralized Panchayati Raj hierarchy with Gram Panchayats at village level, Panchayat Samiti at block level, and Jila Parishad at district level, according to the study. Then Panchayati Raj Day theme, इस दिन का theme क्या रहा है? It will be held without theme this year. Background क्या है इसका? Despite the fact the Panchayati Raj institutions have existed for a long time, it has been observed that they have not been able to achieve the status and dignity of viable and responsive people's body due to a variety of factors, including the lack of regular elections, prolonged supersessions, insufficient representation of weaker sections such as scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and women, insufficient devolution of power, and lack of financial resources. Constitution 73rd Act of 1992, which took effect on April 24, 1993, gave Panchayati Raj institution constitutional standing. As a result, this day symbolizes a watershed point in the history of decentralization of government power to the people. It appears to be paradoxical still. 1973 amendments influence the rural India is palpable. Palpable means? Palpable का मतलब बताएगा आप में से कोई मुझे? Palpable means which can be touched, जिसे छुआ जा सके. It has irreparably altered power dynamics As a result, Indian government decided in conjunction with states to commemorate 24th April as National Panchayati Raj Day. And Minister of Panchayati Raj is leading the commemoration. Thereafter came International Children Book Day. It is celebrated on 2nd April and since 1967. The theme of the day was stories are wings that help you soar every day. National Maritime Day in India, it is observed on 5th April. And the theme of the National Maritime Day is Sustainable Shipping Beyond COVID-19. World Health Day is a global health awareness day celebrated on 7th April every year. And the theme of this day this year was Our Planet, Our Health. And this year's theme aims to direct global attention toward well-being of our planet and the humans living in it. In India, National Safe Motherhood Day is observed every year on 11th April. To raise awareness about adequate access to care for women during pregnancy, childbirth, and postnatal services. Thereafter, Ambedkar Jayanti, also known as Bhim Jayanti, is celebrated on 14th April, basically to commemorate the birth anniversary of Baba Sahib Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Every year on April 18, United Nations commemorates World Heritage Day. The day is observed to preserve the human heritage and recognize the efforts of the organizations working on it. The theme of the World Heritage Day 2022 is Heritage and Climate. Thereafter comes World Earth Day, also known as International Mother Earth Day. It is celebrated on April 2022. The day will be celebrated all over the world to spread awareness of Earth's well-being, to encourage people to support environmental protection. And this is all I wanted to discuss against this month. And thereby I conclude the current affairs April month 2022. The books are left that is available in another document that I will be discussing with the month of May. I will be discussing the publications in next class, which somehow I left to incorporate in this document. While for the list of books containing month-wise publications, it is separately available in the drive also. You may go through separately also. Although I will be discussing books along with the May month current affairs. ठीक है हितांशी, अनुष्का, Kanak,
Yes, sir.
And thereby I conclude this. So please आप इसको अभी एक बार फिर से रिवाइज कर लीजिएगा. ठीक है. So good day to all of you and good night to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.